okay? So right now, we're gonna come up with your big why. You're gonna like this. This is gonna be fun, okay? Because here's the thing, in your business, there are gonna be things that you're gonna come up against and they're gonna be hard, right? Heck, in this course alone, I'm gonna be asking you to do things, and my team will be asking you to do things that'll make you feel uncomfortable, right? Things that you'd just rather not do. And as your business continues to grow, you're gonna come up across more of this stuff, right? There's gonna be more problems, probably sometimes big problems. And like in Free the Founder, we're trying to remove as many of those problems as possible for you, right? But it's not going to be challenge free. I need to give it to you straight. There are going to be times when you're going to be out of your comfort zone in the coming years. Okay, times when you stuff up, times when you make mistakes, times when you misjudge stuff, or when a campaign completely flops, or you lose a really exciting, important sale, right? And that's okay. That's normal. I make mistakes all the time. I stuff up all the time in my business, like multiple times a day. Okay, so it's okay, it's normal, we're human. And the same is true anytime you're trying to master something new. Yeah, like riding a bike, you're gonna have some scrapes. Or parenting, you're gonna be challenged every second of the day with new situations. We know that, we know anything that's worth having doesn't come easy, right? So I can guarantee you're not gonna get everything right the first time you do everything. Pressure is off, okay? You can breathe, but, and this is the most important thing I need you to hear, listen up. There are going to be times when you get hit hard by business, by life. If we've lived more than 5 seconds, you know this. And at those times, there's a chance that you might lose sight of what's important. Like you might lose sight of why you're doing this whole business thing. Now, if you're anything like I was, when you first start off your business, you're like, what's my motivation? What's my purpose, my big why? It's to make money, right? It's to pay off my 6 credit cards of debt. It's to be able to afford my own home. It's to be able to avoid going back into my corporate job, right? Sound familiar? And you know what? Those whys, those motivations, they're worthy, they're awesome. But here's the thing, when the rubber hits the road, when the going gets tough, money alone, it won't be enough from experience, right? It won't be the thing that will keep you going. It won't be the thing that will like give you that fire in your belly that you need when you've got to stand up and go again. Okay, you're gonna need something more for that. You're gonna need some really big whys, and specifically, you're gonna need a few BHAGs. Now, BHAGs, let me explain to you a little bit about what BHAGs are all about. BHAGs are big, hairy, audacious goals. Okay, now this just isn't normal goal setting. I'm not into normal goal setting. I'm into BHAG goal setting, and I want to give you some of the criteria, right, as to what a successful BHAG looks like. And then I'm going to tell you some of my own, just to get the creative juices flowing a little bit. Okay, so we're going to come up with 3 different BHAGs for you, for your business, for your life, for your legacy that you're here to leave. Because you were created to do something very unique and extremely special and purposeful. Okay, BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. Here's some criteria. Firstly, each of your BHAGs, it must be long term. Not something that you're trying to achieve in a year's time. I'm talking like a minimum 10-year plan, okay? That's your first goal. It's got to be long-term. Secondly, it's got to be something that you would struggle to explain or have someone else understand. In the sense that when someone else hears you say this, you'd feel a little bit uncomfortable and they'd probably, what? Right? It's supposed to be something that you keep personal and you don't share because it's so audacious. It's so big and it's so courageous, right? That other people would be like, that's cute, good luck, right? We're not gonna share it with other people. Or you can share them with our community, you can share it in our Facebook group. But it's the kind of thing that people that aren't entrepreneurs or people that don't have their own BHAGs won't understand. Just makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Now, to achieve your BHAG, it has to be something that'll require you to step out of your comfort zone. Something that you haven't done before, okay? Your BHAG has to be something new that you haven't done before that will make you feel a little bit of that tension because that's the only place where you're gonna grow and be what you were created to be. Also, I need it to be measurable, okay? It's gotta be specific enough, not like this vague, I'm just gonna empower people all over the world. It's like, that's not a BHAG. It's gotta be specific enough so that we can measure once you've achieved it, okay? And finally, my final rule is that it's got to be stimulating for you. Like, it's got to be exciting. When you think about it, I want you to get just a few butterflies because you're terrified by it, but also a little bit of that gut, oh, this is what I'm here to do, right? This is going to be my impact on my legacy. Because here's the thing, when you get smashed down the road, because it's not going to happen once or twice, it might happen a few times, life and business will happen, your BHAG, that's the thing that will keep you going. Do you want me to give you just a couple of BHAGs just so that we can get the creative juices flowing? Let me give you some of mine. I've got 3. So the first one is to empower and equip 10,000 female entrepreneurs to build a profitable lifestyle business. And in my opinion, that looks like a minimum six-figure business. Okay, so that's BHAG number 1. My first BHAG is attached to my mission in my business specifically. My other 2 BHAGs are more life BHAGs essentially, but they're linked in some ways to my business, or my business will allow me to achieve these. So my second BHAG is to empower and equip 10,000 4 to 14-year-old girls to be everything they were created to be. Right, so that mission's already underway and got some stuff happening in the background on that one. Right, so to empower and equip 10,000 4 to 14-year-old girls who are just like me, crazy, psycho, ambitious young girls to be what they were created to be. And then my third BHAG is more of a financial, what my business's finances allow me to do. And that is to financially fund 50 Aussie families to be able to have a weekly wage so that they can have the impact that they were created to have. Right, so that looks like us funding a weekly wage for a whole heap of Aussie families who, if they had to go and do a job, couldn't do the work that they're currently doing, which is, homelessness on the streets or women's shelters, or all the incredible work that they're having an impact in. So if we can fund that and we can empower the young girlies who are much easier to help than when, we've had years worth of challenges and life thrown at us. And then of course the gorgeous women inside our community here at the Doers Way. So they're my BHAGs. They're the things that keeps me going, because those times when you don't close a sales call and you feel like a failure and you're like, oh, maybe I should just give up, you BHAG, it'll make you stand back up again. All those times when you're like, oh, do I want to grow the business again? You know what? I think I'll just stay where I'm at because it's a little bit intimidating. Those families, that BHAG, that's going to keep me going. That's going to keep me growing and building, right? And being everything that you were created to be. So now's your time to come up with your own BHAGs. They're going to look different for everyone, right? Might be retiring your husband. It might be having some sort of philanthropic or mission-based focus. It might be related to the work that you're doing in your business. Whatever it is, go with your gut, run with it, and let's see what we can come up with. Don't forget to make them measurable and specific enough.